Lesson 2.3. Last week we talked all about factoring, okay? Today is a continuation on factoring, but you know how to factor all of the above so far, okay? What we're adding today is the equals 0. So we're actually solving these now, okay? So, if I was just given this part right here, how would I factor that?
Just don't do it.
There's three factors, so...
Factors of 12.
Yep.
And then pick which one equals 7.
Correct. What are factors of 12?
1 and 12.
1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Which one of those factor pairs adds up to 7?
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Do I need to change any of the values? No. How are we writing our answers here?
X plus 3.
X plus 3,
X plus 4.
X plus 4. Okay, this is not in your notes yet. Now we add the equals 0 part. Okay, all this is doing is we're solving for X. Okay, how many X's do I have right now? I have 2. Okay, notice how all of these are in parentheses. Okay, so we're just going to take the first set of parentheses, X plus 3, set that equal to 0. And I'm going to take the second set of parentheses, X plus 4, and set that equal to 0. So now I just solved both of them separately. How would I get X by itself on the left side? Subtract 3. So then I have X equals negative 3. That's one of my answers. What would I do on the right side?
Same exact thing.
Yep, subtract 4. So then I have X equals negative 4 as one of my answers.
So you have to do the...
So the only thing that's changing today from what we did last week is the equals 0. Okay, what we're finding here, remember these pictures or these graphs look like parabolas? Okay, what these are giving us here is they're giving us our x-intercepts. Okay, what these are called, these are the zeros of the function. Okay, the solutions of these are the x-intercepts, or they're also called zeros of the function. Okay, go ahead and look at example 1, A and B. We didn't talk about how to factor this one. I'm just going to give it to you right now. Okay, this would factor out to be x plus 3 and x minus 3. Go find the zeros of that equation right there. Find the zeros of example 1A. And then I gave you this part. So what you're going to do when you find zeros, you're going to treat both of these separately. Set them equal to 0. X plus 3 equals 0. I gave it to you. And x minus 3 equals 0. So then how would I solve that left side? Subtract 3 on both sides. So I have x equals negative 3 as one answer. What do I do on the other side? Add 3. So I have x equals positive 3 on the right side. Okay. Notice on all of these, you are going to have 2 answers.
Those are our answers?
Yep, those are our answers. X equals negative 3 and x equals 3.
It's always going to be 0.
Yes, good question. This right here, it's always going to be equal to 0.
So basically it should always be the number.
Let's look at that example 1b. I have 3x squared minus 7x plus 2 and equal to 0. Okay?
This one, do you have to multiply 3 times?
Yep, we have an a value this time, so we need to take 3 times 2. What does that give us? 6. What are factors of 6? 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Which one of those factor pairs gets me to negative 7?
1 and 6.
1 and 6. Do I need to change them to get to negative 7?
Yes, both negative.
Yep, both need to turn negative. Now, rewriting this, remember I keep my a value, 3x squared. Does it matter the order I put my factors in?
No.
It does not matter. So I'm going to do minus 1x, minus 6x, and then I keep my c value plus 2, and then set that equal to 0. Okay? From here, what do I do when I'm factoring?
Oh, you put them in groups.
Yep, group them. What do I do with that negative sign in the middle?
Put it to the other right.
Yep, put it in the parentheses with the 6. Okay? What do I do next here?
Gray's common factor.
Factor by grouping Gray's common factor. What is my GCF of that first group? X, good. I'm taking X out. Did I do anything with the 3?
No.
Nope. How many X's are left? 1 here. And then x divided by x is 1. Yep. What can I take out of that second group? What else should I take out with it?
X. Negative.
Yep, take out that negative 2. Why can I not take an x out?
Because you only have 1.
Because I only have 1, right? What do I have left? What should I have left?
3.
X.
2 divided by negative 2?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Remember, how do I know if I'm correct?
The parentheses are the same.
The parentheses have to be the same. Okay, then when we rewrite, we have 3x minus 1 and x minus 2 equals 0. Okay? Now I want you to actually solve. How do I solve this? Yep, take them both separately and set them equal to 0. So I have 3x minus 1 equals 0, and I have x minus 2 equals 0. I want to talk about that left side real quick. How do I solve for x?
Plus 2.
The left side, sorry.
Oh, divided by 3.
I need to add 1 first. So then I have 3x equals 1. Now what do I do? Divide by 3. So I have x equals 1/3. That's one of my answers. Now I can't forget to go do that other side. What do I do on the other side?
X minus 2 equals 0.
Yep, and then I
Add 2 both sides.
add 2, so I have x equals 2. Those are both of my answers. So you could get fractions as your 0 values. Okay? 3 next. Jump down to example 3. That looks like this. If I have x squared plus 8x equals 20. What did I say it always has to be equal to? 0. Is that the case for this one?
Yeah.
I want to get it equal to 0. How can I change it?
Minus 20.
On both sides, right? Yep, I'm going to move that 20 over to the other side. Subtract 20. So now I have x squared plus 8x minus 20 equals what?
0.
Yep. Now can we solve?
Yeah.
Yes. You can solve once you have it set equal to 0. What do I do to solve?
Add the 0. Add the 20.
Nope, because that would take me right back to here. Right, I want to find the factors. Yep, we're going to factor. What are factors of 20?
1 and
1 and 20?
20. 2 10.
2, 10?
1 5.
4 and 5. What factors get me to 8?
2 10.
I agree. Which one needs to change?
2.
Yep. And then now I have x minus 2 and x plus 10 equal to
0.
0. How do I solve for my x values now? What do I do from here? Set them both separately equal to 0, right? So if I have x minus 2 equal to 0 and I have x plus 10 equal to 0. What do I do with that left side?
It's X plus
Add
add 2.
2.
And subtract them.
So I have x equals 2. Good. And then subtract 10 on this side. So I have x equals negative 10. Good. 3b.
This is impossible. This one.
So right now I have 2x squared equals 3x plus 2. Again, what do I need in order to solve?
To equal 0.
I have to have it equal to 0, which means I need to get them all on the same side. Okay, here's a little hint for you. I do not want a negative a value. So I do not want to move the a value. I want to move everything else over. Okay, we don't want to worry about a negative a value. Okay, so how would I move these two things over?
Subtract.
Yep, I'm going to subtract 3x first, just so I can show it. Subtract 3x, so then I have 2x squared minus 3x equals 2. Are we equal to 0 yet?
No, you have to subtract 2.
I have to also subtract 2 over. So I have 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 equal to what? 0. Is that what we wanted? Yes, now we can solve. How do I solve this? What are we going to do to solve? Factoring, right? Remember, when we have it equal to 0, we're going to solve by factoring, however that is. Okay, we have an a value this time, so we have to take 2 times -2. So we have -4. What are factors of 4? 1 and 4. 2 and 2. Which of those factor pairs gets me to the top one? Which one needs to go negative? The 4 needs to go negative. Yep. Now remember, what'd you say? That's what we want. Yep. Yep. So now we're going to rewrite. Can I just write the factors as my answer?
No, you have to write 2x squared.
Yep. I have 2x squared. I'm going to move up here. 2x squared plus 1. What goes with the 1? X minus 4x. We're missing one more thing. Minus 2 equals 0. Now what do I do from here? Factor by grouping. Yep. What do I do with that negative in the middle? Put it inside. What can I take out of that first group?
X.
Take out an x. What's left?
2x plus 1.
Plus 1. Good. What can I take out of the second group? What should I take out with it? Yep. -2. What's left?
-2. No.
Yep. 2x plus
1.
1. How did I know it was going to be 2x plus 1?
Because it should be the same.
Should be the same, here to here. How do I write my next step?
X minus 2.
Yep, write what you have that's the same, and then write what you have left over. 2x plus 1, and then I have x minus 2. What's it equal to?
0.
0. Now this is the new step we learned today. How do I find my zeros, or how do I solve?
Subtract the 1.
What should I do before I do that?
2x plus 1 equals 0.
Yep, set them both equal to 0. 2x plus 1 equals 0, and
X minus 2 equals 0.
x minus 2 equals 0. Now, what do I do?
Subtract the 1.
Yep. Subtract 1. So I have 2x equals -1.
And then divide by -2.
Divide by 2. So I have x equals
1/2.
-1/2. Yep. Am I done?
Yep. For that side.
For that side, I have to remember to always do the other side. What do I do on this side?
Add 2.
Add 2. So I have x equals 2. Good. We are going to do 7 and 8 together on the back of your notes. So number 7 says x squared equals 12x minus 20. I want to solve. Yep, what's wrong with this?
You gotta put the other 2 on the side.
Right. What do I want to equal to in order to solve?
0.
0. Yep. So I want to take 12x over. I'm going to subtract 12x.
Why can't you do it the other way?
Because you want to keep the A with.
You want to keep the a positive. You could do it the other way, but you would have to worry about a negative. And that could be a pain. So I always say keep the a positive. Move everything to the a value. So if I subtract that 12x, I have x squared minus 12x equals -20. Can I solve yet?
No.
No.
20.
Yep. Add the 20 on both sides. So I have x squared minus 12x plus 20 equal to... What's it equal to?
0.
0. Is that what we wanted?
Yeah.
Yes. Once we have it equal to 0, we can solve. How are we going to solve all of these? What are we doing?
Factor the 20.
Factoring. Okay, what are factors of 20?
120, 2 and 10, 5 and 4.
120, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Which group gets me to -12?
2 and 10.
What do I have to change?
Both.
I have to do both, right? So how do I write my next step?
X minus 2 parentheses X plus 10 parentheses.
Good. Equals 0. Am I done?
No.
No, why not?
You have to add 2.
Yep, we have that equals 0 this time, so we have to go that extra step. We have x minus 2 equals 0 and x minus 10 equals 0. How do I solve the right side?
Add 2.
Add 2, so I have x equals
2.
2. What do I do on the right side?
Add 10.
Add 10, so I have x equals 10. Okay, let's talk about number 8. Last one we're going to do here. Number 8. I have 4x squared minus 5x equals 6. Can I solve this yet? Why not? Got to get it to equal 0. How do I get it equal to 0? Yep, subtract 6. So I have 4x squared minus 5x minus 6. Is that it? Equals 0. Yep. Remember, we always solve by doing what? Factoring. Yep. How do I factor this side? Yep, I got to take 4 times negative 6, which is 24. Yep. What are factors of 24? 1 and 24.
12, 3, and 8.
Yep.
And then 6 and 4.
Yep. Good. Which of those gets me to negative 5?
8 and 3.
8 and 3, I agree. Which one changes? Careful. It's a negative 5 here. So I'm going to change the 8. Yep. Can I just write x plus 3x minus 8?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. That's what you can.
Oh, because you have an A.
I have an a value. Yep. So we got to rewrite 4x squared plus 3x minus 8x, bless you, minus 6 equals 0. What's my next step here? Factor by grouping. What do I do with that negative in the middle? Yep. What can I take out of the first set?
X.
X. What's left?
4.
Yep.
X
Good.
plus 3.
Yep. What about that second set?
2, negative 2.
Negative 2. Why are we taking a negative out?
So that disappeared.
Yep. So that negative goes away. What's left?
4. X.
Plus 3.
Yep. And then equals 0. Did we do it right?
Yeah.
Yep. What's my next step here?
Equals 0.
I have 4x plus 3 and then x minus 2, both equal to 0. What should I do from here?
7 equals 0.
Set them equal to 0 separately, right? So I have 4x plus 3 equals 0, and I have x minus 2 equal to 0. Now solve both separately. What do I do first on the left side?
Minus 3.
Subtract 3. So I have 4x equals
Negative 3.
negative 3. Next step,
Divide by 4.
divide by 4. So I have x equals
Negative 3/4.
negative 3/4. Am I done?
Yeah. With that side.
I got to do the other side. What do I do first?
X plus 2.
Add 2. So I have x equals 2. How many answers should I have on every single problem? 2 answers. Yep. Nice job.